Hello and welcome to Bible Bites Daily. Today we have reached Deuteronomy chapter 8. This is about the promised land shimmering on the horizon. You have journeyed through the wilderness, tasted hardship and manna alike, and now the culmination of a generation's hope stretches before you. But amidst the excitement, Moses calls you to gather, not for celebration, but for a poignant reminder urged in time. This chapter, teeming with lessons that transcend millennia and resonate within the fertile soil of your hearts. He begins by painting a vivid picture of God's miracles, provision in the wilderness. We have spoke about these similar things in the previous chapters as well. However, here Moses talks about it very specific about the manna. He recounts the manna raining from the sky, the water gushing from the rocks, a constant testament to his unfailing faithfulness. He urges you not to take these blessings for granted, not to let the abundance of the promised land erase the memory of his sustenance in the barren desert. Reflect on God's presence in your own life. Recall the seemingly impossible hurdles he helped you overcome, the moments where his grace was your manna, where his love was your oasis. Gratitude is the fertilizer that nourishes faith, so keep the memory of his provision alive in your heart. Moses then warns against the seductive power of the promised land. In verses 11 to 20, he cautions against forgetting God amidst the prosperity and attributing your achievements to your own strength. This is a foolish thing to do. When God is helping you out, you have to talk about his help and be grateful for whatever he has done. He warns against the allure of idols, not just carved figures, but anything that takes the place of God in your heart, wealth, status, even comfort. Whatever you might have, however wealthy you might become, or however fame you get, it should be impossible to forget God, and it should be impossible to be ungrateful to God. So remember these lessons. Identify the potential idols lurking in your life. Analyze your priorities. Analyze your desires, your source of fulfillment. Does anything compete with God for your devotion? It shouldn't be. Nothing should compare to God in anything that matters. Gently uproot and discard these idols, making space in your heart for his sole presence. Finally, Moses emphasizes the importance of passing on this legacy of faith to future generations. In verses 18 to 20, he calls you to teach your children to weave these stories of God's love into the fabric of your family life. He reminds you that you are not merely recipients of his blessings, but also conduits entrusted with sharing his love with the world. What does conduits mean here? Conduits means you are conducting his love through yourselves, your families, and your generation. Be a storyteller of faith. Share your personal testimony, not as boasting. You don't have to boast about what God has done to you. You just have to be grateful of what he has done to you, and how everything that came to your life when you have taken the sole faith into God. But as a beacon for others, model a life rooted in gratitude and reverence for God. Speak his love into the lives of your children, your neighbors, your community. So brothers and sisters, as you stand on the threshold of the promised land, remember, cherish the memory of God's provision even in times of abundance. Whenever you have full, you have to cherish God's provision. God against the idols that threaten to eclipse his presence in your heart. You have to constantly monitor yourself. You have to constantly guard yourselves against the idols. Idols may be anything that comes in this world, wealth, fame, anything that threaten Lord's presence in your heart. Be a living testament to his love, sharing his story with every step you take. Let this chapter not be a relic of the past, but a compass guiding your journey. May your lives be a tapestry woven into gratitude, humility, and love, a vibrant testament to the lesson urged in this timeless chapter. Go forth with hearts flowing with praise and hands outstretched in service, and claim the promised land within yourselves and around you. Remember, this is just a starting point. Feel free to talk about Jesus. Feel free to talk about the wonders He has done for your life, and spread the love among your people, among your generations, and among your children, along with the neighbors. Thank you for listening. May God bless you all in abundance.